Yo, Bitcoin Bulletin fam, get ready for a rapid-fire crypto download that's gonna blow your mind. We're diving deep into the market's hottest moves, from Fed rate cut whispers to massive institutional bets. First up, the sentiment on Bitcoin and Ether is shifting like never before, but what's really driving this change and where are we headed? Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Next, we're getting schooled on the OG, Bitcoin. How does this digital behemoth actually operate? And what kind of influence does it wield over all the other cryptocurrencies out there? Manisha Gupta is breaking it all down for us. Plus, we're diving into the world of Ethereum smart contracts. Get ready for some serious enlightenment. Then, we've got a pulse check on the market's major players. Bitcoin is holding strong around $116K, but the real drama is brewing around Cardano's potential ETF decision. And keep your eyes peeled for BullZilla, a new presale project that's generating serious buzz with its unique scarcity mechanics. And hold on to your hats, crypto champions, because Capital Group's initial $1 billion Bitcoin bet has absolutely exploded into a staggering $6 billion. We're talking about a massive win that's shaking up the institutional world. You don't want to miss these stories. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Bitcoin Bulletin, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. The Fed's next move could spark a crypto frenzy. Fears surrounding the downside potential for Bitcoin and Ether are rapidly fading, according to the latest insights from the options market. This shift in sentiment comes as traders eagerly anticipate the Federal Reserve's upcoming rate cut, scheduled for September 17th, which could significantly influence the next upward trajectory for these leading cryptocurrencies. Data from Amber Data reveals that Bitcoin's 7-day call put skew has rebounded to nearly zero, a dramatic recovery from the bearish 4% seen just a week prior. Similarly, Ether's options skew is mirroring this positive trend. This metric, which gauges the market's directional bias, indicates a notable easing of downside concerns among traders. A positive skew signals a bullish outlook, while a negative one points to a demand for downside protection. This reset in options positioning coincides with a renewed upswing in both Bitcoin and Ether prices, with BTC gaining over 4% to surpass $116,000, and Ether jumping nearly 8% to reach $4,650 in the past week. The key factor determining the market's next move will be the magnitude of the Fed's rate cut. While traders overwhelmingly expect a 25 basis point reduction, a surprise 50 basis point cut could send ripples of excitement across the crypto space. Greg Magadini of Amber Data suggests that a 50 BPS move would be a massive buy signal for not just Bitcoin and Ether, but also for Solana, and would cause gold prices to skyrocket. If the Fed adheres to the expected 25 BPS cut, analysts predict a more gradual, steady climb for Bitcoin, with Ether potentially retesting all-time highs above $5,000 within the next week. What does this mean for your portfolio as the Fed makes its pivotal decision? Will it be a calm ascent or a rocket launch? Find out next as we explore a deep dive into Bitcoin's fundamental workings and its impact on the entire crypto ecosystem. Bitcoin Explained, the OG's reign and crypto's ripple effect. Ever wondered how Bitcoin truly operates and the immense influence it has on the entire cryptocurrency landscape? Manisha Gupta from CNBC TV 18's Crypto Corner is here to demystify the king of digital assets and shed light on the intricate world of Ethereum's smart contracts. Gupta dives deep into the core mechanics of Bitcoin, explaining its decentralized nature, its role as a store of value, and its groundbreaking blockchain technology. She breaks down why Bitcoin remains the benchmark for the crypto market and how its price movements and technological advancements often set the trend for thousands of other altcoins. Understanding Bitcoin isn't just about the number one crypto. It's the key to unlocking the potential of the entire digital asset space. Beyond Bitcoin, the discussion also illuminates the revolutionary concept of Ethereum smart contracts. These self-executing contracts with the terms of the agreement directly written into code are the backbone of decentralized applications, dApps, DeFi, and NFTs. Gupta explains how these smart contracts automate processes, enhance transparency, and unlock new possibilities for innovation within the Ethereum network and beyond. The crypto community is buzzing with this educational content, with many praising Gupta for her clear and concise explanations. Viewers are gaining a foundational understanding that empowers them to navigate the complex crypto markets with greater confidence. Ready to grasp the fundamentals that drive the crypto world? Prepare yourself for Cardano's big moment as it awaits a crucial ETF decision, and discover a new project making waves in the presale arena. Cardano eyes ETF approval amidst Bitcoin's cooldown and BullZilla's rise. As we navigate the evolving crypto landscape of late 2025, significant developments are unfolding. With Bitcoin consolidating around $116,000, Cardano holding its breath for a potential ETF decision, and a new contender, BullZilla, making waves in its September presale. Bitcoin, the undisputed market leader, has shown resilience by briefly touching $116,000. However, on-chain data from CryptoQuant indicates a cooling trend, with 8 out of 10 bullish indicators now flashing bearish signals. Metrics like the MVRVZ score and network activity suggest short-term weakness, though demand growth remains positive. Analysts are interpreting this as a seasonal correction, drawing parallels to past cycles where similar bearish alignments preceded significant price dips, followed by recoveries. The prevailing sentiment is that the current cycle might extend into early 2026, with potential for another rally once market momentum rebuilds. Meanwhile, Cardano ADA is at a critical juncture, with its narrative heavily influenced by the speculation surrounding a potential exchange-traded fund (ETF) approval. An ETF could unlock institutional capital, boost liquidity, and significantly accelerate adoption. However, regulatory caution towards proof-of-stake networks, particularly concerning staking yields and decentralization, presents a hurdle. For Cardano to see ETF approval by 2026, regulatory clarity, robust institutional demand, and widespread acceptance of its staking model are crucial. Success in this area could dramatically enhance ADA's market position. Adding to the market's dynamism is BullZilla BZIL, a new presale project gaining traction with its unique roar-burn mechanism and HODL furnace staking system. The roar-burn is a deflationary process that reduces token supply during milestone achievements, creating scarcity and driving value. The HODL furnace offers a compelling 70% APY for staked tokens, incentivizing long-term holding. An investment of $10,000 at the current presale price could potentially yield millions if BullZilla reaches ambitious price targets, highlighting the project's speculative appeal. These developments are capturing the attention of investors worldwide, with discussions on social media highlighting the contrasting forces of institutional interest, market corrections, and innovative new projects. The community is closely watching Cardano's ETF prospects and BullZilla's presale trajectory. Will Cardano secure its ETF and unlock institutional inflows, or will Bitcoin's cooling trend signal a broader market shift? Stay tuned as we reveal a jaw-dropping story about Capital Group's massive Bitcoin investment success. Capital Group's $1 billion Bitcoin bet skyrockets to $6 billion. Talk about a winning strategy. Capital Group, a titan in the asset management world, has seen its initial $1 billion investment in Bitcoin-related stocks surge by an astonishing 400%, growing to a colossal $6 billion. This massive win underscores the growing institutional embrace of digital assets. Spearheaded by veteran portfolio manager Mark Casey, who boasts 25 years of experience, Capital Group's entry into the Bitcoin treasury market began a few years ago with strategic investments in companies like Meta Planet, and most notably, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, formerly Strategy. Casey, who has become a self-proclaimed Bitcoin maximalist, draws inspiration from investment legends like Benjamin Graham and Warren Buffett, applying their time-tested principles to the digital frontier. He's even gone as far as calling Bitcoin the coolest invention in history during a recent podcast with Andreessen Horowitz. Since 2021, Capital Group has focused on gaining Bitcoin exposure through stakes in corporate treasuries. Their initial investment of over $500 million in MicroStrategy for a 12.3% stake has ballooned in value. Despite dilution from subsequent share issuances, their current 7.89% stake is now worth approximately $6.2 billion, thanks to MicroStrategy's stock appreciation of over 2,200% in 5 years. Casey detailed how they approach evaluating Bitcoin-focused companies with the same rigor applied to traditional commodities like gold or oil. Beyond MicroStrategy, Capital Group also holds a significant 5% stake in the Tokyo-listed Bitcoin firm Metaplanet and has investments in Mara Holdings. These strategic holdings contribute to the substantial 1.01 million BTC, valued at over $117 billion, held by corporate firms globally. Bitcoin itself is currently trading just above the $115,000 mark, with strong year-end projections. The crypto community is electrified by this news, celebrating the validation of Bitcoin as a serious institutional asset class. Analysts are pointing to this as a prime example of how strategic, long-term investment in the digital asset space can yield monumental returns. What an incredible success story! That wraps up our top stories for today. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin for more groundbreaking news, and ring that bell to stay ahead of the curve. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We saw Bitcoin and Ether sentiment shift dramatically ahead of the Fed decision, learned how Bitcoin fundamentally operates and influences altcoins, tracked Cardano's ETF hopes amid market cooling, and celebrated Capital Group's massive Bitcoin windfall. Don't miss out on future market-moving insights. Hit that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin, and turn on notifications by ringing the bell. Follow us on all social platforms for real-time updates, and let us know your biggest takeaways in the comments below.